Okay folks, I got my 750 milliliter Totes titanium stove, or pot I mean, right here with a lid. I've got 4 ounces of alcohol here, and I actually marked this with a marker. The larger marks are 1 ounce, the little ticks are ½ ounce. And I'm going to do an experiment with new windscreens I've made here. I've got on the side of my Totes titanium pot, and see if I can boil 2 cups of water, which I've got here, 2 cups of water right out of the tap. And I'm going to see if I can boil these 2 cups of water with less than 1 ounce of alcohol. I'm going to do an experiment somewhere between, this would be a ½ ounce, this would be a whole ounce. So I'm going to go somewhere about halfway in between those two and see how well that does. So let's go ahead and get this experiment started here. I'm going to go ahead and put alcohol on my stove here. Measuring it out, I got my thumb halfway between the ½ ounce and the whole ounce. So let's see what 3/4 of an ounce will do. We'll put a little bit on the side here. Not necessary really, but I like to do that. Seems like it primes it a little faster if you do. Right there, if you look, you can see we're awful close between the half and the whole ounce. So let's see what this does. We'll light it up. Okay, we got the stove started. Go ahead and put my pot on here. My pot on there. Let's go ahead and get the water in here. Okay. Put my windscreen on here. And we got a timer started here too, so it's not exact. I'm off a few seconds, I'm sure, one way or the other. Let's go ahead and put the lid on this, and we'll see what happens. I'll pause for right now, and we'll check it about 3.5 minutes in and see what's going on. Right now we're just at just a ½ minute, so I'll pause for now. Okay folks, we're almost 4 minutes in here. I actually accidentally had put my windscreens on a little too tight there and actually snuffed my fire out. I didn't realize that for probably a good whole minute, and I had to relight it, and I left a little bit of an air gap you see around the top now. It seems to be working really good. I do think I want to get a taller can and make maybe a taller windscreen here in the back, just to help keep that fire right on the pot and concentrate that heat, and leave a short one here in the front. I thought that a pop can would be tall enough, but I'm going to have to get something taller, like an Arizona tea can or something like that, something with one of the real tall cans. But right now we're at almost 5 minutes in, and I can tell there's a lot of heat coming off this. I can feel it all the way over here, a good foot away easily. So we're just going to let this go here and see if we see actual steam here in a few minutes. It looks like we're trying to get a little bit of steam wanting to come up out of the lid holes. So if that's the case, then this is going to boil water for me a lot faster than it had been, and a lot less fuel. It had been taking me about 1 ounce in the summertime without a windscreen, and about 1.5 ounces in the wintertime with colder water, and a little bit longer to get my alcohol boiling good, which that was with an old can stove I had, not with a cat can. I really like this cat can stove. It primes instantly, and it just seems to work really efficient. Right now we're at looks like just under 6 minutes, a little over 5.5, and we're just about at a boil, it looks like, and I can see flame coming up there good. Like I said, we was without a fire for a good whole minute, I'm sure. So I'm really liking this. It's going to help me out a lot. Saving money and saving weight both in my backpack for just a couple small pieces of aluminum can. Now when I made these, all I did was cut them out of a can, laid a straight edge down, marked all 4 sides, and cut it nice and even best I could with a pair of scissors, and took some rough sandpaper and kind of just raked it across the edges of some sandpaper back and forth for a pretty good while actually. Measured a 1/2 inch up from the bottom, and made that kind of the center of my holes, and just used a hole puncher and punched those holes out. And I did those just every 1 inch. I might go back and put another hole in between every one of those to see if it helps it better. It's a work in progress right now, just doing some experimenting. But right now it looks like we're almost at 7 minutes. So in theory we've got about 6 minutes of burn on probably 3/4 of an ounce of denatured alcohol. I know it looked like I'd seen steam earlier. We're just over 7 minutes. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we definitely got steam. We don't have a boil, but we've got steam. Good steam here going. You can see it's steaming pretty good now, so it won't be too much longer. We should get to a boil, which would be ideal. If I get to a boil on 3/4 of an ounce of alcohol, that would be just awesome. Over the 7.5 minute mark now, and we still have a flame. So like I said, I'd say we could cut a whole minute out. I'm not being real technical on this. This is just for my own personal learning curve, I guess you could say. I can tell that I still have a flame down there. It's not as big as it was, so it's getting lower and lower and lower. But we can also tell the steam is really good right now too. So I think we're warm enough right there that we could cook just about anything, especially if I put it down in my my pouch koozie or anything like that. Yeah, we could cook something if it needed to steep for 10 minutes or more. We'd be good to go now, looks like. And it looks like our fire, I think, has finally went out, and that's at 8.5 minutes. So probably a good 7.5 minute burn, it looked like. And yeah, we actually got to a boil. Not a crazy boil, but it was a good boil. So I'd say that's a win-win.